Hey, this is Felina B. Flossin.
And I'm Monickie. 5-Star Living is designed to support and encourage women in 5 areas of life: mind, body, soul, loving, and laughing.
In each show, we will focus on one of these areas. It's important to know that we believe that life takes balance, and without balance, you can be left lopsided.
You know, the trend of today is that everybody's looking for that 5-star rating.
Yeah.
Well, how do you rate yourself? We want to help you get your own 5-star rating.
Yes.
On today's show, we're going to be talking about the deepest fear. We're going to be exploring some famous words by Marianne Williamson. And it starts a little, if you haven't heard the poem, you're in for a treat. So listen up. It starts like this. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. So let's just stop there for a moment. To me, what she is saying is that somehow we really fear being great. I don't know whether it means, you know, I don't want all this attention, or I don't want people looking at me or depending on me, or maybe it just means I'm just not ready for all that.
Wow.
But it could have many meanings, but the words themselves are just very, very, very strong. She goes on to say that it is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us.
Amazing.
How many people you know scared of the dark?
You know, growing up, I was quite scared of the dark. And every now and then, you know, if I don't have that nightlight, I might feel some kind of way. Are boogeymen real? To be determined. Hasn't caught me yet.
But you know, what about that light? What does that say when she says it is our light that most frightens us?
That's amazing.
Could it be that the power that comes with the light is just a really frightening thing?
Yeah.
Then she goes on to say this. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be?
That's the question.
You are a child of God, and your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you.
That's powerful.
Ooh. So my interpretation of this is, because of all the things we see and we're fed through the media and through social media, it has us somehow thinking that we're not good enough. We're not talented enough. We're not fabulous enough. So I love the way she turns this around, and she says, definitely, you are a child of God. And when she says you're playing small does not serve the world, to me, that means you might not be like other people, but it doesn't mean that you're any less fabulous or brilliant or talented than anyone that you're seeing out there in the media or on social media. There's no comparison to how God made you. You are unique. You are you, and no one could be as you are. I sometimes get people who, not to toot my own horn,
beep, beep,
but to say that I want to be like you. I want to do what you do. And that's very, you know, flattering, but you can't. You never can do what I do.
So true.
You can study me. You can, you know, I can teach you some things. I can show you what I do. But you're never going to do what I do the way that I do that.
It's true.
So to follow that up, she says there's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel secure around you. How many times in life have you been in a situation where maybe you didn't want to outshine someone because you didn't want them to feel bad? Have you ever been in that type of situation?
I have, and I learned that no matter what, if you're going to shine, you're going to shine. And it's never positive to try to dull your shine for anyone else.
And I think a lot of people get in that situation in the workplace where you might have an insecure boss who you have to play small.
Yeah.
Just so
Yeah.
that boss doesn't feel insecure. And
Wow.
you could just be trying to hold on to your job, because
Yeah.
you'd have that kind of boss that will just let you go if you in any way seem like you're doing a better job than them. So that kind of spoke to me a little bit in that sense as well.
In that situation, that's job security.
Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes
you have to.
But there's other areas you can go in your life and make sure that you shine.
Yeah.
For sure.
Very true.
So let's keep this conversation going with some of her next words. What does she say?
Next part, Marianne Williamson said, "We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone."
Not just some.
In everyone. And if you didn't know about it, no one would ever tell you. Now I'm telling you that you were meant to shine. And when she says, as children do, children can't help but to shine. They don't know any better. So when did we start knowing better, or when do we stop acting as if we're not supposed to shine? At what point? It's literally a choice. It's in our walk. It's in our talk. It's in the way we comb our hair. It's in our style of dress, our makeup. Everything that we decide to do on a daily basis is a way of making ourselves shine.
I know, me personally, Felina, I just have to have a little bit of bling somewhere just to remind me of that shine.
Yeah.
I've also been known to buy like little shiny stickers with happy faces.
Sorry.
Yes. It's always purple. I will buy little shiny stickers that are purple with a happy face, just not only to remind myself to shine. So when someone points it out and says, "What's that?" I'm like, that's reminding you that you're supposed to be smiling and you're supposed to be shining.
Very true.
Sometimes you just got to remind yourself.
It's so true.
You just have to.
Good point.
We're getting to my favorite part.
Okay.
It says, as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
Powerful.
This is powerful. If you've ever had a chance to witness this, it is just the most amazing feeling, and I can't wait till you do if you haven't. A perfect example is Beyonce and Coachella. Though she was the star of the show, I mean, how much bigger of a star do you get here on Earth than Beyonce? Yeah. And for her to make it possible that all those bands and dancers and that they got a chance to shine also. It was like a personal mission, and when I saw that, it was just like it gave me it kind of just gave me that sense of wow, she allowed so many other people to shine because of her brightness and her shine.
Very true. She gave them a platform.
Yep. So in just a few minutes, we're going to go a little bit more in depth about how you can be living more 5-star and releasing yourself from some of your deepest fears. But first, make sure you check us out on Facebook at 5-Star Living Show. 5-Star Living Show on Facebook. We got some questions from our audience.
Yeah, so one question was, what does fear do to the mind, and what are some ways you can work on that? Well, firstly, fear will keep you from progressing. It will keep you in that safe zone.
Yes.
Where you don't move further because you're in fear that you may not accomplish it. And what Williamson is saying, that you're afraid that you may exceed your expectations. There are so many people that just stay in their own area and don't venture out because they think that, there's that unknown. That other side. Huh?
Just fear.
Fear. False evidence appearing real.
False evidence of appearing real. I like that. That's good. Another question it says is, what does fear do to the body, and what are some ways you can work on that? Wow. Trying to think of a time that I've been fearful, and what I can remember is that you're very tense, which could more than likely cause some type of just internal illnesses. Your immune system goes down. You can just cause all kind of things to wreak havoc in your body. So one of the things we could possibly do to work on that is just to stop for a moment and realize that that's all it is a fear. And now we have to make a decision on what do we do next.
Yeah.
You can't just stay in that fear and keep your body all locked up
Very
and
true.
tensed up. What is it that you're going to do to move beyond that fear and make a decision to move forward with it?
Very true. Another question we have in queue is, how can you fight fear with love? Well, on a personal level, I would say in loving yourself, you can't be afraid to go for life, go for things. Don't stay stuck in a rut. And as it comes to others, some people are afraid to love others and to give of themselves. There's a vulnerability that comes with love. Yeah. But we can't be afraid, because if we are in fear of rejection, we'll never have that opportunity.
Right. And most of the time, well, not most, but love always, always, always prevails.
Yes.
In any situation.
Yes, it does.
You can't, there's no stronger emotion than love. People think or say that anger could be, but love conquers just about anything. It's amazing because you could really just turn a whole situation around with that love.
Very
and
true.
Lovingly moving forward with yourself and being more loving to yourself.
Yes.
You know, just to know that, okay, you had that fear. That doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means that you had a fear. So you just work on loving yourself and moving forward.
Indeed.
In that. And how can you overcome fear with laughter? Well, it probably seems a little childish, but you just laugh your way through that moment. I'll use an example of roller coasters. I used to be a roller coaster junkie.
Because honey, now.
But but I can vividly remember that when I got on the roller coaster, and as you're going up, everything feels okay. But as soon as you get to the top, the only way I could actually get through going down was I would just have to start laughing.
Really?
Uncontrollably until the end. And that's always what got me through the roller coasters. So listen up. We're about to share some tips on how to live a more fearless life. But first,
make sure you check us out and like us on Facebook at 5 Star Living Show. Once again, that's 5 Star Living Show.
We want to hear from you. Give us some feedback. What do you want to learn more about when it comes to your mind, body, soul, loving, and laughing? So,
Monickie, let's talk about 3 ways that you could be living 5 star and more fearless.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Okay, 1 is be willing to fall down. Yes.
What?
Be willing to fall down.
I don't want to fall down.
But then you'll get back up.
Oh.
And then you may fall down again.
Okay.
And then you get right back up.
I see where you're going.
And if you fall down one more again,
okay,
then just get back up. You know? And that's the only way a baby learns how to walk.
True that.
They fall and they get back up.
True that.
And the same goes for the rest of your life. If every time you failed and you just stop,
you would just be in that same spot.
You stop moving, but you never did it again, then there's so many things that you would miss out on.
Right.
You would never get over, and basically you would just have to keep at it, and don't see the fall down as incompleteness, but rather a new start and a new way of looking at things. And so that's definitely the focus that we want to have when there are things that we're afraid of, to get back up and
Gotta
get back into the game of life.
Interesting. And that's definitely a great way to think about it and to do things.
Yeah.
The second thing we can do to be more fearless is to get an accountability partner.
I got mine. It's Monickie.
I got mine. It's Felina. If there's just something you really want to do, but for some reason you just can't get over that hump to get it done, get somebody to hold you accountable until you do it. And take baby steps, but definitely move towards it. You got to get somebody to call you on your stuff.
It's true.
If not, you get to just stay living comfortably or uncomfortably in that fear. And that's not a place that you want to stay in.
Yeah. Fear. According to success.com, it says you have to own it. Acknowledge that is all you have is fear. Once again, fear is false evidence appearing real.
False evidence appearing real. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you got to move around it.
Or over it,
under it, above it,
through it.
whatever you got to do. You
Make
need
a hallway.
to get away from that fear.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our time, Felina.
Aw.
I know. That was,
It goes so
it
fast.
goes too fast. But don't forget to go on our Facebook page at 5 Star Living Show. And we have an accountability group that we're starting, so get there and be a part of it. And we can help each other be accountable to each other. We want to thank you for listening and joining us on this 5-star day. We believe in you, and we believe that you're going to have a 5-star life starting right now. We know that you could have chosen to be anywhere else, but you chose to be here with us. So
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll look forward to seeing you on Facebook at 5 Star Living Show. Join our accountability group because we want you to laugh more, love more, and take care of your mind, body, and soul.
Yes.
So do me a favor on purpose and make it a point
To live a 5-star life.
We got to do a special thanks to our sponsor, MVPphotographer.com, and our super, super producer, Mr. Dana Scott. Until next time, see you later and have a 5-star day.
Thank you for listening to the 5 Star Living Show. Take care of your mind, body, and soul. And remember, love more and laugh more.